Welcome to Module 4, Unit 3 of Chromafor training course. The title of this module is Encouraging a Circular Economy Strategy in the Foundry sector, and the lecture we are going to discuss together is about solutions to face the circular economy. Now let's see the main topics of this lecture. Identify and assess environmental risks. Define the existing value stream map in the company. The third topic is identify where value is lost and value at risk. And then, last point, identify circular value opportunities. Let's start with the first topic, identify and assess environmental risks. One of the main questions for companies is how to identify and assess environmental risks. There are many sources of risk present in a company, and they can be identified through studies of consultants specialized in environmental risks. There are also risk identifiers. They serve to indicate the place of the source of risk within a company and the way in which these sources act. This is a very important step for companies to identify these risks because it's important to set policies and practices in order to manage and minimize these risks. Consequences of the risk. An exhaustive analysis is carried out on the environmental impact of the business activity and its consequences are detailed. So, for companies it's really crucial to have a process which is well organized in order to identify and to manage risks. Now let's move to the second topic of this lecture. Define the existing value stream map in the company. Which is the goal of this activity? Is to identify the existing flow of value within the foundry, which is the sector, of course, we are talking about. So there are some key questions to reflect on. What value do I provide? What kind of value? What part of the value chain do I manage? These are three questions to keep in mind for companies in order to see which are the main flows and value to consider in this assessment. Now let's move to the third topic of this lesson. Identify where value is lost and value at risk. Which is the goal of this activity? The goal is to identify where the lost value is within the system and what value is potentially at risk in the future. This is important to foster resilience and sustainability of companies and to be more competitive in the market. Which are the key questions to reflect on? Here are some examples. Where is the value being lost? Where are the broken or incomplete loops? Why it is not addressed and fixed? What future customer, supply or policy changes may put current value creation at risk? These are some of the main questions a company should answer. Let's move now to the last topic of this lecture. Identify circular value opportunities. Which is the goal of this activity? Is to identify opportunities to create or close loops to recover lost value, maximize the existing value, or preserve value at risk. So, which are the key questions to reflect on? What opportunities are there to close the loops? Where could you implement typical circular business models? Who benefit from this value? So, this is the end of Lesson 3, Module 4. For additional didactic material, have a look to the website of the project, www.chromafor.eu. Thanks for your attention.